What if I told you achieving your business goals in 2025 does not require a secret formula or a huge budget? The honest truth is that the most successful entrepreneurs don't have the largest amount of resources in the world that helps them achieve their goals. What they have is a clear strategy. Are you finding that year after year you're creating business goals and you're not achieving those goals? And year after year you're creating vision boards and the vision board just stays unaccomplished? A lot more people have unrealized goals than we are telling each other. That's the honest truth. So if you've been in this position before, I have been in this position before, and what I've realized is that it is best to have a system of achieving these goals. So in this video, I'm going to take you through a step-by-step guide of how you're going to achieve your business goals in 2025. Hi, I'm Tony Thomas Allison, founder of Halisi Consult. Over the past 6 years, I have helped 250 startups and small business owners launch, grow, and thrive with their businesses through investor readiness, growth marketing, and fundraising services. And we've been privileged to do this for companies in the UK, the US, and Sub-Saharan Africa as well. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you're going to achieve your goals for 2025. Whether you're a startup founder or you're a small business owner, I believe that these principles will apply to you because we've applied them to our business, and then we've also applied it to clients' businesses as well, and you've been successful at it. So I believe if you follow the steps in this video, you would be able to achieve your goals in 2025. Hit subscribe now for more content on how to grow your business and get investor ready and funding. The first step in achieving your business goals is to, first of all, look at the past. Look at the things that you may have done wrong in your business. So what were your numbers for the year before? What were your numbers for the past year? What were your revenue numbers? What was your profit numbers? How many people are on your team? What was your actual revenue goal? Look at these numbers and tell yourself and ask yourself the question, was I able to achieve the goals that I set for my business last year? Yes or no? Depending on where you are in the world, you might have surpassed those numbers, or depending on how effective your marketing or sales team is, or how effective your strategies were, you might have surpassed the numbers or the goals that you set for yourself. But more often than not, you find that more and more entrepreneurs fail to hit the targets that they set for themselves. Then also, what does success really look like to you as well? Is success measured in terms of revenue? Success measured in terms of how large your team is? Success measured in terms of how many new clients or how many regions your business has been able to serve? So look at the past, look at your past numbers, define what success means to you before you then go ahead to set the goals for the year. If you're looking to achieve your goals, you need to clearly define what you're looking to achieve, right? Which you've already done with step 1. Is it more customers? Is it more regions? What is most important to you in your business? Set that specifically, write it down, make it plain, because you're not writing it down and just having it in your head. By the time the everyday hustle and bustle of business gets to you, you find that you kind of not necessarily forget, but you kind of lose track of what the goal really is by the time you get sucked into the daily grind of running your business. So ensure you can track your goals with numbers. Like I said earlier, what are the numbers that matter to you? Is it your revenue? Is it your team? Is it the number of clients you have? Is it the number of regions your business operates in? Or the number of regions your business has been able to reach? So write it down. Write what your goals are. Are you looking to make $1 million this year? Are you looking to make $10 million this year? Are you looking to make $100 million this year? Write it down, make it plain. Then make it measurable as well. So if you're looking to make a certain amount of money, you're looking to achieve a certain goal in the year, how do you go about breaking that down over a long period of time, over the duration of 12 months? Next up is achievable. So SMA, A is for achievable. Now make sure your goal is realistic. Don't set a goal of making $100 million revenue in a year when your business has not even cracked $100,000. I mean, it's one thing to wish for the moon and land on the stars, or whatever that saying is, but the truth of the matter is, in the real world, you have to be realistic. You have to be truthful to yourself. You have to be truthful to who you are behind closed doors, and truthful to yourself about the kind of business that you run. Do you run the kind of business that can achieve those kind of numbers? Do you run the kind of business that can be known worldwide? Or do you run a business that keeps you locked into a certain location and then kind of stifles your growth? You need to ask yourself these questions and then use that to determine how you want to progress in terms of setting your goal. SMAR, R for relevant. So align these goals with your long-term vision. So what is your long-term vision for yourself? What is your long-term vision for your business? Are you seeing your business as one that reaches, the entire world? Or are you seeing your business as one that just keeps you and your family, comfortable, and you have the sizable income to, manage your needs and manage your family's wants and needs over a long period of time? Or is it a business you want to pass on to your younger not your younger ones, but to your children. Is that what you want to achieve with your business? What's the long term? Why are you looking to retire in the next 10, 20 years? Are you looking to sell off the business? What is the long term goal for the business? Some people are running their business with the goals of selling it off in the next couple of years. Some people are running their business with the goal of leaving it to their family, for them to keep living off that business for the rest of their lives. And I'm sure you've heard about businesses like that have been running for generations and generations and generations. We've all heard of Rothschild, so it's not impossible. You just have to have a plan in place. Now, once you know once you understand what your long-term vision is, you can then align that with what your goals for the year should be. Now, if your goals for the year are like, okay, we need to make X amount of money, why? How does that tie into your long-term vision? You need to ask yourself these questions, write it down, make it plain, like, okay, this is where I'm going, and because I'm going in this direction, I will focus on achieving this year. For example, at Halisi Consult, our goal is to serve more markets. So for this year, we're looking at deepening our relationships with clients that we already have in the UK and leveraging that to get more clients in the UK. We're also looking to deepen our relationships with our clients in Nigeria back home and other parts of sub-Saharan Africa that we've served, and looking to expand to more regions. So all these goals aligns with what our revenue goal for the year is and what our mission is as a company. SMART, time bound. So what is the timeline for achieving these goals that you set for yourself? So what I've done personally, and what my team and I have done, is that we've set our goals in terms of quarters. So we're looking at our goals on a quarterly basis. So every 3 months, what are the goals? So for Q1, once you achieve Q1 goals, move on to Q2, move on to Q3, move on to Q4. There's a book called The 12-Week Year. I haven't read it, but I understand the synopsis of it, and that was what gave me the idea for us to set our goals in terms of the time-bound aspect of it this way, that if you think in quarters, you achieve a lot more. But if you say, okay, our goal for the year is to get more partnerships, and you just write it down and you just kind of leave it on your goal board or your vision board, whatever, and you don't do anything about it, what you find is that you would not achieve that goal because there's no time frame around it. But if you say, okay, Q1, we're going to get X amount, or we're going to get 5 partnerships, for example, for a start, it puts you on the road, and it knows that, okay, this team member is assigned to this task and they need to achieve it by X amount of time. That's it. So there's a time frame to it. There's a timeline. Okay, by this time we need to have achieved this. So when you get to that time and then that goal has not been achieved, you can then go back to your drawing board to say, okay, did we not clearly define this? Did we not ascertain how we're going to measure this? We did not say, oh, is this goal achievable, or did we not determine if this goal was relevant to our long-term vision? And then you can then now assess how you go about your goal setting, and this will help bring you closer to you achieving your goals for the year. The next step is breaking down your goals into actionable steps. Now, it's one thing to say we're going to grow by 25% in 2025. Wow, sounds great, sounds so catchy. But then how do you achieve that? If you use the SMART method to set your goals, great. But then how do you actually go about achieving those goals you've written down? Because it's one thing to write it, there's one thing to get it done. It's completely different. The dream is sold for free, but the hustle is different. So how do you achieve that? So if you look at your past work, what you've done in the past years, what are the things that you've done that have moved the needle? So for example, maybe you run Instagram ads and you make a certain amount of money every month. Let's say, for example, you run Instagram ads and you know that, okay, if we run $100 of ads, it will bring us $1,000 of income. Very simple. If your goal is to increase your income by 25%, what does that number look like? So you're looking to increase if your goal is to increase your income by 25%, you're looking to increase your $1,000 revenue by $250. So what more do you need to do? Clearly, the work that needs to be done there is you need to increase your ads to 125. It might not exactly translate that exact way, but that is a step in the direction of where you're going. So it's one thing to write all these things down. What are the daily activities that you're taking to make these goals actionable steps? So do you need to increase your ad budget? Do you need to hire a new marketing person to handle your marketing? Do you need to hire more in sales? Do you need to improve your products? What are the things that you need to do on a daily basis to bring about the change that you need in your business? The next thing you need to know is that you need to measure and monitor your progress religiously. When I mean religiously, like you need to really be very, very keen on making sure that, okay, what are the goals that we set for our business in January? How are we achieving those goals? how are we going to go about making up for the parts of the our goal setting that we are not really making any progress on. So you need to set a timeline out before the year even starts. A very simple way to do this is to have quarterly strategy sessions with your team. So if you say, okay, by the end of Q3, by the end of Q1, we should have achieved this and that and that and that. Okay, Q1 ends in March. So at the beginning of April, first week in April, one day in April, you should sit down with your team and say, okay, these are the things that happened in Q1, and these are the goals that we achieved in Q1. These are the goals that we were unable to achieve. Why didn't we achieve these goals? Measure, monitor, and track religiously. Ask your team questions. Make sure your team is honest with you. Make sure your team can be honest with you. Or if it's just you running a solo business, I understand for many CEOs or business owners, you feel like all the burden is on you, and you're the only one doing everything. Or if you're a solo business owner, sit down with yourself. Your team is your tools that you use every day. So if you for example run a coaching business and you're the only employee, look at your dashboards of your Stripe or your Kajabi or your Seller or whatever you're using to sell your coaching services. Look at your bank accounts. How much came in? Why did this amount of money did not come in? Look at your marketing. Look at your leads. Okay, so we got, let's say last year Q1 you made $5,000 in the whole of Q1 2024, and your goal for Q1 2025 was to make $10,000, was to double your income, right? And you were only able to make 6,000, which is like just 1,000 more, which is like 25% more, I believe. You need to sit down and ask yourself, why didn't I achieve this goal? Why did things go this way? What went wrong? And go back to the drawing board and try to fix what the problem was. If it's like, okay, for you to achieve an additional amount of income, or for you to make more income, you need to have 20 more leads coming on a quarterly basis. Then you can then convert a percentage of those leads to paying clients. But then you didn't really make any move, or you did what you were doing before, thinking that, okay, if I just be more fun on Instagram, is going to work. The thing is that every industry is saturated. Like even the people that are building spaceships is a saturated industry. Like their competitors who are fighting to be number one. So you need to look for ways that you can make your business better, or make your goals more achievable, or help yourself achieve your goals better by getting into the science of what it takes to run your business. What are the numbers? What are your numbers? What are your revenue numbers? What does it mean if you say you want to grow by 25%? What does it actually mean? What actions do you need to take? And what actions have you taken already? So by the end of the first quarter, you should be able to measure and say, okay, this is what we've done and this is where we are, and how can we improve on this? Ideally, I like to have weekly meetings, monthly meetings to check in and see where we are with our goals. But then that quarterly meeting, Q1 goals must be achieved. They must be done. So you can use different tools like checking your backend, checking your ROAS, your return on ad spend, checking your Google Insights, things like that, for you to track what has worked and what hasn't worked. Just simply looking at your invoices, which ones were paid. Another way for you to achieve your goals in 2025 is by staying accountable. Staying accountable in the sense of finding accountability in like-minded people, surrounding yourself with the right people that will help you achieve your business goals. One of the people, funny enough, that keep me accountable is my team members. Or some of the people that keep me accountable are my team members, because they say, oh, Mr. Lani, we haven't done this, we haven't done that. And then I go back and I'm like, you know what, they're right. We should have done this, the quarter before, and what's going on, things like that. So you need to find people that will keep you accountable. If you don't have a community of entrepreneurs and you're running a business, you have to find one. And not just surface level community that you guys just be talking in a WhatsApp group and be sharing LinkedIn posts and be beating yourself up about, oh, how well you're doing. Real people that you can have real conversations with will keep you accountable to achieving your goals. 2025 is here, and the world is changing, especially for minority entrepreneurs. So you really need to get serious with your business. You need to make sure that you find people that will keep you accountable. I would say it again, even if it means paying a business coach that will hold your hand throughout the year and walk you through what needs to be done in your business for you to achieve those goals. Pay that person, because you need it. Every entrepreneur needs as much support as they can, whether it's from their own community that they built, whether it's from their team members, whether it's from their business coach, or whether it's from a community of like-minded entrepreneurs that they found and they can rely on for advice. Yeah, finding your entrepreneur bestie will put you years ahead. All that has been said and done, but how then do you know that you're making the right decisions for your business? The very simple thing is leverage data-driven decision-making processes. So whatever decision you're deciding to make in your business, don't let it come from your emotions. It's very, very easy to get bogged down by your emotions as a business owner, because your business is your baby at the end of the day. Nobody was there with you the lonely nights when you were building it. Nobody was there with you day one. Maybe you were lucky and you had a co-founder. You were down in the trenches trying to make something of your business. But the truth is that your emotions will cloud your judgment always. Sometimes your instincts might be right. You might have great intuition and you just know what to do just based on you sleep, you wake up, and the ideas just drop in your head. Lucky you. But for those who don't have that kind of intuition, make sure that your decisions are data driven. What's that saying that they say on Twitter, like, numbers don't lie, something like that. I can't remember. Something about, just make sure you have the data to back up whatever it is you're saying. So just make sure you have the data to back up every decision that you're making. So, like I said, and I've said this several times over this video, look at your past numbers. Your numbers do not lie. I think it's numbers don't lie or something like that. Yeah. Numbers do not lie. And your data will tell you the truth. If your traffic for maybe your business, maybe you're looking at your marketing traffic, for example, your marketing traffic is coming from, I don't know, Rwanda, what does that tell you as a business owner? Like, oh yeah, there's something there, maybe we should try out that market. If you have, organic reaction from an audience in the US, for example, honestly, I just want to congratulate you that happens to your business, because that's one of the best things that ever happened. Trust me, I know that as a business owner, if you have organic customers just finding you from the US, you're in money. You are in money. So use different tools for every part of your business, in your marketing, in your sales, in operations, in the actual delivering of customer service. Just find different tools that will help you track like how well you are doing in each part of your business, even with management as well. So there are different ways to do that. You can either use your Google Analytics, or looking at the back end of your Instagram insights, looking at the back end of your email marketing platform, looking at the back end of your, you are looking at the back end of your Stripe or whatever payment processor you're using. And this will give you information that, if you write everything that's okay, we did this and we got this result, this will give you information that would help you make better decisions. So ensure that as you're making your decisions for what the next step should be, what next move should we make sure that it's driven by data. Let the data direct you. It's very easy to say, okay, our competitor is moving into the US market, and you're like, oh, let's move to the US market. That's why you decide to invest X amount of money to run ads. You're going to find out. That's the honest truth. You're going to find out, because you don't know what your competitor is looking at that is making them make that move, quote unquote. You don't know what's driving that decision. You don't know what weapon or what secret weapon they have in their trunk, or in like what kind of assets do they have, or what kind of information they have access to that is helping them make that decision. So don't look at what other people are doing. Look at what your data is telling you. The next thing is to adapt and evolve based on market trends. I know that I just said that don't look at what your competitors are doing, but then you have to pay attention to what trends are, what is currently going on in your industry, what is currently going on in your market, without imitating. Pay attention to the trends, pay attention to what's going on. If you're, for example, in the beauty business and you're seeing that there's a trend of, I have noticed that there's a trend of using a lot of like indigenous products in normal, Western brands. Let me say that properly. So I've seen that there's a trend of using like Asian inspired, African inspired, global south inspired ingredients in Western products, which was normally not the case 5-10 years ago. So if that's what that industry is saying, that you are an operator in that industry, you need to pay attention to what those kind of trends are and look at how you can adapt that into your business. So how do you stay informed about what is going on in your industry? Information is at your fingertips. There's no excuse. We're not in 1930s. There's no excuse for you not to be informed about what is happening in your industry. So what are the media publications that your industry publishes, or what are media publications where you can find information about your industry, information about your ideal customers? So what do your ideal customers read? Where do they get their information from? You should be reading that as well. If you're in tech, you should be subscribed to Tech Cabal, TechCrunch, Business Review, even Forbes. They share some tech information. Bloomberg's business platform is great for news as well. There's so many platforms. Another thing that I've been trying to do recently is because I am in the consulting space, I'm a business consultant, right? I've been trying to read more Financial Times and The Economist. It's not easy. Those things may be boring to you, especially because you're a go-getter, you're an action person. So I'm like, you need to read the media publications that your industry publishes. You need to read it. If you're in beauty, you need to read the beauty publications. You need to also know about the conferences in your industry. So what are if you're in tech conferences and they publish them, every year. Like, there are places where you can go to find out where all the tech conferences are happening. If you're in beauty, there are beauty conferences. If you're in food, there are food conferences. If you are in fashion, don't get me started, like Fashion Week, seriously. You should know everything that's happening in fashion. Whether or not you are creating for that type of market, you should know what the trends are. Even if you are a ready-to-wear business owner, you should be informed about what the trends are and where do you get those trends from? Fashion Week, right? So if you're in PR, obviously you should know the who is who are the brand managers, what people that you need to be speaking to get your business, ahead. You should know, what publications those people are reading. I think in PR, I think they follow Market Insights or something like that. There's so many publications that are directed for only your industry. Find the publications and consume the information and use it to, improve your goal setting. Use it to improve your business strategy as well. Not just the media publications. Who are the thought leaders of your industry? Where your customers think of the problem that your business solves. For example, you run an HR tech platform and the thing you solve is you help with payroll. I'm just giving an example for you to understand what I'm saying. Who do your customers think of first when they have that kind of problem? And your target audience is business owners. Who are your customers thinking about when they have that problem? You need to know who that person is. You should have an answer immediately. I said that. You know your industry, you know your customers. When your customers think of the solution you provide, you're selling hair, you're selling beauty, you're selling PR, HR solutions, you're a farmer. Whatever it is you do, who is the first name and what is the first thing that comes to your head when I say who do your customers think about when they think about your industry or the product that you sell? You should know who that person is. You don't have to be their friend, but you should be aware of the information that kind of person puts out because they are the thought leader in your industry. That's what it means. Or they are your industry leader. If they are in the same business as you, they're your industry leader. But if they are the kind of person that gives information about your industry, they're your industry's thought leader / influencer. So you should know what information they put out and take it to the next step. You should be subscribed to their newsletter. You should be reading every information they put out just so you know what the market trends are. That doesn't mean you should copy what they do. It just means that you are informed about what is going on in your industry. The next step in you achieving your 2025 business goals is to invest in strategic partnerships. Remember when I mentioned earlier about finding community, finding like-minded entrepreneurs, finding people that are in your industry that you can relate with, and so on and so forth. Do not underrate the power of partnerships in 2025 because a lot of brands that even do the same thing are pairing up and powering up together to join their resources together and be able to attract more customers by doing that. You don't necessarily have to power up with a business that doing exactly what you do, but if you find a business that serves your target audience, you need to start finding how to partner with that business. So by attending conferences, by being active on social media, you don't necessarily need to be active on every platform. It's very difficult to be active on every platform. That's the honest truth. People that do it, that's probably they have a team that does that, or that's what they do full time. It is incredibly hard to be present on every platform, but be present on every platform where your peers are. That's entrepreneurs that are doing the same thing that you do, or the thought leaders, the industry leaders of your industry. Be present on the platform where they are and make sure that you're sharing content and you have visibility, because this will help you broker strategic partnerships that could help your business grow. You will find that in my experience, I found that very simple strategic partnerships with companies that sometimes even do work that is similar to what we do at Halisi. By partnering with these companies, we've been able to serve more clients and make more clients happy, which is always my goal. To serve more clients and make more clients happy, and also to put more money into our pockets. So strategic partnerships must not be underrated in 2025. You have to keep it top of mind and look at strategic partnership as a tool to you achieving your goals in your business. In achieving your business goals in 2025, investing in your team should not be something that you have to question. You have to invest in your team's development, whether it's giving more benefits to the team, whether it's increasing salaries, or whether it's investing in their training and their development as well in their respective roles. That goes without saying. Some entrepreneurs might be solo founders and they don't necessarily have a team, but they definitely would have people that do things for them, like virtual assistants or graphic designers, things like that. Make sure you're investing in those people and understanding, what their goals are, what their aspirations are, and make sure that even if it does not 100% align with what you want to do with your business, just make sure that those people are okay, because those are people that are making sure your business is okay. So you have to make sure that they're okay. So investing in your team should be a massive part of your 2025 goals. So invest in your team and also invest in yourself, in your personal development. Make sure, as much as you're CEO, what do you want to learn? Make sure that you're looking for opportunities for you to improve, whether it's going for a course in a business school around you, or whether it's going for, paying for a coach to walk you through difficult part of your business, things like that. Invest in yourself, invest in your team, because your team are the ones that will grow your business. That is the honest truth. And you cannot grow your business if your team is not improving. Simple. So invest in your team to be able to help you achieve your business goals. Last but not least, for you to achieve your business goals in 2025, celebrate your small wins and stay disciplined. It's very easy to fall into the trap of saying stay motivated. You just need motivation. Motivation comes and goes. For me, for example, some mornings it's so difficult to get up from bed and I need to do this, I need to do 1001 things. But the honest truth is that if you are disciplined, you know that you need to get up at a certain time every day to get the work done. You know that you need to dedicate at least 4 to 6 hours of deep work every day to making sure that your business is growing, your business is improving, you're serving your customers, and you're making your customers happy, and you are also looking for ways to grow your business. So stay disciplined. That is it. That is how you achieve your goals. The discipline part is the most difficult thing, but that's how goals are achieved, and that's how great companies are built. So yeah, we've come to the end of the video. There you have it. These are actionable steps for you to be able to achieve your business goals in 2025. If you watch the video to the end, thank you so much. I have a free gift for you. I'm going to drop a link below in the description box for you to download a free business plan template that you can use to just, align with your goals for the year. You can use the template to, map out what you're trying to achieve in your business this year, and you'll find it very useful in the sense that it helps you think of different things that you were not thinking about before in your business. For example, they have founders that are marketing aligned and founders that are operations aligned. So sometimes there's a gap, and I find that a business plan, or rather this free business plan template, will help you clarify the gaps you're not seeing in you planning for your goals for the year. Also, if you need to achieve your business goals and you want to talk to us about it, and if your business goes along the line of investor readiness, business growth, marketing, funding, there's also a link below for you to book a free clarity consultation with our team, and we help you walk through the process of getting you investor ready, getting you clarity on your business strategy and your business goals for the year. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's going to be more videos coming up about actionable steps for you to grow your business and for you to get investor ready and get ready for funding. See you in the next video.